Now let us solve question number 5, page 56. Use the solubility curves in figure 4.7. This is figure 4.7 to answer these questions. Part A. What is the solubility of potassium bromide in water at 80 Celsius degree? Okay, so the temperature is 80 and the name of the salt is potassium bromide. Before that, remember that the temperature always on the x-axis and the solubility on the y-axis. What means gram per 100 gram of water? This means that I have a beaker of water that contains, or the mass of the water that is inside this beaker is 100 gram only. This is the meaning of the mass of the beaker, or the 100 per 100 gram of water. So imagine that I have a beaker, and this, remember that the shape of the beaker looks like the shape of the cup, by the way. I have a beaker and the mass of the water inside this beaker is 100 gram. How can I find the mass of water for this that is inside the beaker? Simply find the mass of the beaker while it's empty, then the mass of the water after, or the mass of the beaker after adding the water, then subtract it. The mass of the water will be 100. So as we talked before in chapter 1 in lesson 1.2, which is talking about finding the mass of the substances using a pan balance. So again, bring a pan balance, add or put the beaker, find the mass of the beaker while it's empty, then add water, find the mass of the beaker with the water, then subtract them. You can add the amount of a specific amount of water so that the final reading of the balance after subtracting the results will be 100. So anyway, the mass of the water is only 100, and gram here means the grams of the salt that will be added to this beaker to be dissolved. Okay. Here he told you that the salt is potassium bromide. So this is potassium bromide at 80. Okay. You must apply these steps in your copybook or in your book. So imagine that this is my book. Bring a ruler. You cannot solve it, by the way, without a ruler. You must use a pencil. Why? So that if you do any mistake, you can erase it. So I don't prefer using a pen here. Use a pencil. This is 80. Draw a vertical line to reach potassium bromide. Why potassium bromide? Because he told you that I want potassium bromide. Then draw another horizontal line and intersect it with y-axis. So the number or the solubility or the mass of the potassium bromide that should be added must be somewhere here.